7-year-old me takes a few steps toward the live, buzzing mic. My deep breath echoes loud in the theater. I take one final look into the wings at my anxious stage mom, but I'm not nervous though. As I look down at the packed audience stuffed into the Palladium Theater, I remember I can't call for line if I forget my words because it's showtime. I'm on stage now and it's time to play my favorite. I am the firstborn grandkid of the Starling clan. Okay. Being that the family business, Starling School and Daycare Center, is going on 20 years plus of entrepreneurship, I am constantly shoved in front of crowds, party circles, and audiences to say my ABCs loud and proud, recite the golden rule by heart, or relay the company's favorite Bible verse, our motto. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22:6. Being born into this legacy, as they call it, prepared me for a life as a professional theater maker, but it also left me with a shit ton of anxiety, survivor's guilt, and depression, knowing that I am supposedly the product of generations of Black entrepreneurship's hard work. Me, mix gender fucks Walt Disney on a good day, and Rogue accidentally take your powers on a bad day, or when my Prozac has a bad reaction to last night's Patron. That's why I prefer sativa. Taking the first steps out into the world as my budding professional self, I find comfort in the camouflage. I work for Chicago's Goodman Theater, which means that I need to secure my most convincing boy drag and be the good man that my ID fob suggests. My first few days working at this new corporate job reveal a new status quo, a brand new binary code that I will soon fold into. Instead of my androgynous college days, skinny jeans and double XL shirt dresses, I need to trade the trade and squeeze into some khakis, learn to tie a tie. I am 11 years old when my dad attempts to teach me to tie a tie. Look, Destiny's Child is on the radio. Ow, ow. And my swishing hips and my wild imagination are too preoccupied to remember which loop gets folded into which knot line to create the perfectly straight masculine me. Needless to say, I don't actually learn to tie a tie until much later through YouTube videos. And it's a bow tie that manages to be the cherry atop my binary boy presentation. Something as simple as a tie or bow tie in this case turns into yet another performance, yet another role I reenact for the namesake of my family. Fine with me, I guess. I'm used to playing different roles as an actor anyway. From 18th century beatnik sailors to the roles I played offstage. Cisgender man of the broken home. Wearing bow ties every day at work at the Goodman isn't necessary, but it's clear that if I don't have the language or the attire to adequately define my gender expression, then I'm not to express at all. So I hide and add a familiar role to my daytime duties. Cisgender male assigned at birth realness. This cosplay crushes me every day. And it becomes too difficult to juggle my multiple personality projections. I hate having to be someone else in order to survive. In order to survive. So I slowly turned to drag as a means of escape, stretching out these torn fishnets I had and dusting off my beginner's makeup palette. They bring me some levity amidst this thick, depressive fog. If I can't be myself at work, then I will at least be a hyper version of myself during playtime. Now, my drag character, 11 o'clock, okay? She uses she, her pronouns, and she's a mix of Missy Elliott and early 2000s tomboy Sierra, okay? A little bit of hit me with an ow. You feel the vibe? Please tell me you feel the vibe. Performing as 11 o'clock doesn't cause me as much strain as the cisgender nightmares I find myself reliving. She allows me to be Martin Lawrence, Big Mama's House wacky, while being the Nia Long girl next door of my dreams. And in Chicago's vibrant neighborhood, formerly known as Boys Town, no one cares how I present as long as I'm turning a look or feeling real mask for mask. Hey, Halstead. This double life, corporate by day, raging queen by night, gives me Batman fatigue. But I'm happy to be exploring my gender out loud, conflating the ideals surrounding masculinity and femininity through drag. I am 22 when my non-binary gender identity is cemented. It was after competing in DePaul University's annual drag show. Now, decked out in my bargain bin, naughty schoolgirl outfit, I take a bow before the audience. Oh, I feel alive for one of the first times in my life. I don't want to let that go. But I turn around and exit the stage. And look, let me tell you, after the high kicks, the dips and the splits, I don't want to take off the makeup. Something I have always longed for has been realized or has finally emerged. Real Jean Grey to Phoenix. Look, they call us mutants. Let's reclaim that shit, okay? After my first drag show, I get a handful of cold cream and plop it onto my femme painted face. As I do that, the illusion fade begins to kill my hideout. As the vibrant eyeshadow, thick mascara, and cherry red lipstick all become this glossy, wet, brown mess, I look a hot mess. Looking down at the row of powder-stained mirrors in the makeup shop, I really look like somebody's broke down renter clown. And that's me. My family, they would have been ashamed. But I don't know, I guess I'm used to being the butt of the jokes. And you know what? It's a clown's job to get the laugh. So, and look, the more I work in Chicago, the more I realize I can make a living doing drag, performing an identity closer to my own instead of pretending at a place full of pretenders. Not throwing no shade, but that's what actors do. Pretend, make believe. Not being honest about my identity meant that I would be doubly pretending. Some sort of Midsummer Night's Dream, play within a play where I end up looking like an ass if I'm not being myself, honest. And it's one thing that I've learned. Honesty prompts the most genuine response, the loudest laughter, the most sincere applause. I'm not quite there yet, though, where I want to be. The how we say, RuPaul's Drag Race deity, okay? Not yet. I'm still in a place where I'm at the grace and mercy of demand, working at 9 to 5 as myself this time. So, but now I can at least plan a better life, a life without debt, a life of artistic job security. Because look, Lord knows work options for the girls in the GNCs is limited, and the glass ceiling reflection of white supremacy. So until then, look, I'm gonna play my roles, state my pronouns in my email signature, cringe every time I'm misgendered, cringe every time they apologize like I won't remember, cringe and cry until I'm as brave as my drag persona. 11 o'clock. So until then, I cringe. But I'm gonna try to be brave and live free, live like the me I wanna be. Now, God forbid, if I ever have kids or take over the family daycare business, not it. But if I do, I hope to teach the kids about honesty and authenticity. Train up a child in the way they should go. Because life is too tough and complicated and dramatic to be filled with extra characters. And plus, it's more fun when you can leave the acting and the performing on the stage.
Woo, yeah.